Honda has practically owned the market for bite-sized motorbike fun for decades now, and here in late 2021, we have the Monkey, the Grom, a Super Cub, the CT Trail 125, which are consistently selling extremely well in every market, and in the custom scene, things get even wilder with all of these bikes, not to mention the Honda Ruckus scooter. People love to take these apart, customize them, stretch them, and there's a huge community all over the world of people that are doing it with the mini motos. So what exactly is Honda's secret sauce? It seems to me that a wide range of riders giving them exactly what they want seems to be the key. If you want to attract new and maybe even casual riders to riding motorbikes, you have to meet them where they are, and that's exactly the point of the new 2022 Honda Navi. For those who follow international motorcycling, the Navi has been sold in India, Nepal, Peru, and elsewhere for several years, but 2022 marks its debut year in the American market. The Navi's purpose is practicality, fun, and above all, approachability. While you can certainly just appreciate the 4 colorways an offer for the company for the 2022 model year, it's also wide open to customization at whatever level riders feel comfortable. Paint and graphics are cool, as are all kinds of more involved modifications. If you want to customize, the Navi is intended as a bit of a blank canvas, and it bears more than a passing resemblance to its elder sibling, the Grom. Ergonomics. Let's start with the obvious. The 22 Honda Navi is tiny, with a 50.6-inch wheelbase and a 30.1-inch seat height. The seating position is upright and relaxed, with mid-set foot pegs that keep things fairly relaxed and easy in the saddle. Controls are within easy reach, and even if you have hands that are on the small side, comfort level is a big factor here. As always, vary based on individual riders' dimensions. We found that for short riders, say someone with a 27-inch inseam, will find the 22 Navi very easy to ride comfortably, and taller riders may feel differently, particularly if your height is mostly found in a pair of very long legs. The 22 Honda Navi is a curb weight of about 236 pounds, and let me tell you, it makes it extremely easy to move around, on or off the bike, if you're at all unsure of your ability to confidently move a bike around from side to side while you're not actually on the bike. The Navi will fix that for you. It's no trouble at all to move this bike because it's so lightweight and maneuverable. Backing up while in saddle can be typically difficult for short-legged riders, but it'll be a breeze for most everyone else. The engine. Power comes from a 106cc air-cooled 4-stroke carbureted overhead cam 2-valve single-cylinder engine mated to a continuously variable transmission. That's right, it's a scooter powertrain. In fact, it's the same scooter powertrain found in the Activa. That means that, among other things, there's no clutch, a twist of the throttle, and you're gone. However, unlike most modern scooters, that doesn't mean the short lever on the left handlebar is a linked brake. Instead, it's a parking brake, which you don't want to accidentally grab. So there's a handy little switch that you can flip next to the lever that sends it sticking out even further, effectively placing it out of accidental reach, so to speak. The fuel tank holds a tiny 0.9 gallons, and Honda claims it offers fuel economy of around 110 miles per gallon. Usual claims about mileage vary based on how you ride the scooter, with or without a passenger, constantly wringing the throttle wide open, etc. All of that matters. The chassis. The new Navi suspension consists of a 26.8mm inverted telescopic front fork, with 3.5 inches of travel, and a rear monoshock offering 2.76 inches of travel. Both the front and the rear wheels, a 12-inch and a 10-inch wheel respectively, get drum brakes. Here's another instance where the Navi splits the difference between a mini moto and a scooter. The rear brake, such as it is in fact actuated by the rear foot pedal. For those unfamiliar with modern scooters, that's not all how they typically work. So how do the Navi drum brakes work? Well, they definitely won't stop you on a dime like a well-sorted set of disc brakes, even a nicely bled single disc setup would. However, at least on first ride, they're certainly livable. I clearly can make any long-term observations at this point, as we haven't had one come to the dealership, but they seem adequate to the task at hand based on what we're reading from those who have spent time on the Navi. One of the biggest selling points of scooters is not only their fuel economy, comfort, ease of use and the low intimidation factor, but it's also their eminently practical storage spaces. I mean, think about it. You have your own scooter, you have enough room to get a day or two of groceries, go on a regular basis, fit a jacket in the cubby holes. While it's not a sport bike, it's certainly probably more fun to take to the store than a car. So how does the Navi fare here? There's a lockable storage box located on the lower left front quadrant of the scooter. It's not big enough for a full face helmet, but it will comfortably hold water bottles, snacks, your Nintendo Switch if you have one. Honda suggests that a jacket or some textbooks might fit. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I guess it depends on the size of your textbook. I don't think it's going to fit anything like a giant chemistry set, but you know, it's a storage cubby and it's watertight. And a Honda rep was quoted as saying, "It's water resistant enough to protect your stuff in the rain." He wouldn't advise riding through standing water. That's fair enough. Interestingly, in addition to being carbureted and having drum brakes in 2021, the 22 Navi also comes with a Kickstarter in addition to its electric start. That means in the event you find yourself unable to get to the electric start to work somewhere, you may not necessarily have to call for help. Since Honda's aiming this bike squarely at college students and young riders who may not be familiar with kickstarts, it's not clear how helpful this is going to be, but still, it's an option. With a top speed claimed of 55 miles an hour, the 22 Honda Navi seems to be a fun, nimble, uncomplicated, unfussy, adorable little mini moto. It's suitable for new, returning, and casual riders alike. And the biggest point, Honda's $1,807 MSRP in the American market, it just can't be ignored. Whether you're on a budget or you simply rather pocket your extra bike money to spend on modifying your new one, the Grom starts at $3,400. Heck, the Ruckus is $2,800. Which makes the Navi almost $1,000 less expensive. Plus, if you think about the power of the 109cc engine versus the Ruckus's 49cc engine, you actually have quite a bit more value, more bang for the buck. There's also an argument to be made in favor of a carbureted bike in 21 if you want to wrench or learn to wrench on your own bike, as more and more modern bikes require the use of dealership computers and diagnostics. This is kind of a mechanical simplicity to it, and it's getting less and less common. So if you're new to the world of bikes and you want to get better hands on understanding how they work and diving head on into using your bike, this is really a great opportunity. Here at Wild West Motoplex, we're lucky enough to be having 8 Navis come into our dealership. We're expecting our first 6 to come in February, and then we have 2 more coming in late April. Assuming everything goes to schedule with deliveries, we're going to have 8 available. We currently are taking pre-orders on Navis. We have 1 already booked, so we have 7 more Navis to sell. Now, these are going to be popular because of the price point. So if you need to get a Navi in your life, here's what I need you to do. Call or text 281-392-8852 and say, if you're texting, say, hey, put me on the list for a Navi, give me a call, start communicating with one of our awesome salespeople, and they'll get you on the order list. And once you're on the order list, you're going to need to put a small deposit down that will hold your place in the bike. As soon as it arrives, your salesperson call you to come pay off the bike and pick it up in person. It's that easy. Again, that number is 281-392-8852. Guys, my name is Watson on behalf of Wild West Motoplex. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.